Let's look at springing the cards from one hand to the next. To spring the cards, you're going to put them in between in your hand in this motion. You're going to squeeze down. Now, a common misconception is that the cards actually fly straight out of your hand like that. Actually, they don't. They shoot out of your hand diagonally, because what's happening is you're squeezing the cards, and you're going to let them slide off the top of these fingers here, and they're springing off of your thumb. Right? So what you're doing is you're doing that with multiple cards. So just take a few more and do the same motion. Squeeze the pack and slowly straighten these fingers out and let them slip off one at a time. Okay? Now it's a little bunch because there's too many cards. So go ahead and take your pack. Squeeze the whole pack. It's going to take a pretty good amount of pressure. Put your hand close to it and try to listen for the sound. You want one steady stream, like that. Did you hear the difference between the first one? Had 3, and then that steady stream on the second one. And that's because of the release pressure. You want it to be as even as possible. Okay. It's really safe to practice with your hands this close. You're not going to launch them all over the place. Once you've got that nice even sound, when you first start doing this, you're probably going to get a little bit that kind of motion. And that's just not evenly letting your hands open. The more practice you get, the closer you'll get to that. Once you've got a nice even sound, you can start moving your hands further and further apart. The hand does the catching, you open up like a big catcher's mitt, and you just keep moving further and further away. Even with a little spurt of a block like that from time to time, it's not too bad. Because it's going forward, you can aim out. I actually find it easier to go across like this. This is a new pack of cards, so it's a little bit more difficult. New packs are very stiff, so you get a little bit more of that spurting action. As the deck breaks in, you'll hit the sweet spot where they're just nicely enough broken in that it's easy to work with, and they're not too stiff, and then you'll eventually work past that and they turn into just pieces of paper. So anyway, there is springing the cards from one hand to the next. One thing I'll note, when you do that, you're going to do this to your cards. You get a little arc in them. All of these manipulations do that. I constantly will be doing this with the cards, and that's straightening them back out. That, and then another motion that kind of gets the arc out of the other direction is this sort of thing here. And then to keep the slickness, I just, or wear down some of that over slickness, keeping them clipped, I just spread the cards back and forth like this. So there's springing the cards.